couple of days. I had bronchitis. I was sick. I am human. I'm allowed to be sick. This is just a general housekeeping video. I want to get through some of the stuff that I've seen on different pages, some of the conversations surrounding Poetic Justice in my time away. And then I got some general questions for you guys, the audience.
All right. So if y'all don't know who Anthony is, so he pretty much had his whole theory that Kendrick Lamar got Drake to diss himself and on Poetic Justice. And I've been down this. I've been watching his videos. It seemed interesting. It's really interesting. I feel like y'all should go check him out. Obviously, y'all can see his name down there. And the theory is quite interesting, because now that I like the Poetic Justice theory is that Kendrick Lamar already knew that Drake already had ghostwriters way before even been exposed, and the beef did not start on Control. It has started when after Good Kid, Mad City, because excuse me, yeah, blow my nose, a little stuffy. Because this is the thing, Drake did not write his verse on Poetic Justice. It seems that way when you read it. Obviously, when you read it. And it's almost seemed like Kendrick wrote the verse. Now, the part that he said that Drake disses, Drake could have wrote his verse. I don't know. But it kind of point to it that he didn't write his verse because of the whole, I write lines in these songs. I write poems in these songs. And if I don't write my wrongs, unless I write them down, I'll probably said it wrong. Shit, I probably said it wrong. It's been a minute since I listened to the song. But you get what I'm saying. It's like, I can never write my wrongs unless I write them down for real. P.S. And we all know today that Drake don't write his shit. That's the distant part, because he don't write none of his shit down for real. But he had a whole his old theory, and it's like I can't unsee it. And then it's like messages and stuff like that as well, which is like he got a strong ass argument that and then there was another argument that he made that that Kendrick Lamar ghostwrited 25 songs for Drake. Which it could be true, it could be not. I don't know. And that it's an NDA out on Kendrick Lamar and the whole TDE. And if the whole information get out, that will be the end of Drake, to be honest. And let's just say that if it was real, if it was real or be proven to be real or something like that, shape or form, Drake fans will be mad as hell. They're gonna be like, bruh, we can't back him no more. It's over. Because a lot of people is like Team Kendrick, a lot of people is Team Drake. And it's like you still gonna have those people that are gonna ride with him regardless. But I always say that Drake always put on this persona of he seemed like a guy that's playing a dude. that's playing another dude in disguise as another dude. Because with all the fake accents he be doing, like when he go different places and stuff, when every time he drop an album, he just changes to mimic that album or something like that, which is fine, but it's just like, come on, man, you don't gotta put on a fake accent. Like, that's why I always say Drake is the type of person that he's acting. He's acting as a rapper. Aubrey is acting as Drake, and yeah. But I'm gonna watch this video. I'll probably stop it a few times and stuff like that because I want to know what he say.
This video is going to kind of act as a catch-all for some content that we're planning for the rest of this year and into next year. First thing I saw YouTubers reacting to the whole PS, is it Pac Shakur or is it Postscript thing. Look, I know Desiree is like 60-40 on whether it could be shorthand for Pac Shakur.
See, that's the other thing that people got to realize. When it comes to PS, what is it? You're supposed to just write PS. But if you write in P.S. and then it's just like it's abbreviation for something. So people were saying like that, how can it be Pop Shakur? Like, that's a reach. Like, you gotta think. Like, why would it, if like people's simple-minded thinking will be like, wait, that doesn't sound like it should say Pop Shakur. It's Tupac, so it'd be like TS if it was a abbreviation. We know, like, that's surface level thinking. Everybody call Pop, Tupac, Pop. So it could be, but then again, this is a whole theory. This is like conspiracy theory shit. But we know that some we know that some conspiracy theories can be real, you know? But this guy right here, he's bringing facts. A lot of facts that make sense and add up.
It could be PS, playing on that whole thing. I'm more like 80-20, 90-10. The reason why is because when we first started all of this, we were doing a lot of research. We did, just for instance, on that first video, we did a 3.5, almost 4 weeks worth of research before we put the first video out. The second video, same thing. The third video, part 3, that we put out with the whole decoding Kendrick thing, we put in work on that starting in January, and we didn't publish till July. So we do a lot of research into this. We do think about these things. And when we make these videos, Des and I come together and we kind of have like a general feeling out process. We kind of talk everything, starting from the bottom all the way up, and we kind of figure out how we're feeling about certain things. The Pac Shakur PS thing has come up multiple times when discussing the theory. I'm pretty steadfast in that being shorthand. The reason why is because shorthand for Pac Shakur. The reason why,
y'all gotta understand that he said shorthand. Shorthand. We know that Tupac's real name is Tupac Shakur. What does the street know him as? Pac. It's like when you call me Vibe Loud, like I don't even think I even met one person that called me Vibe Loud. They call me Vibe. So it's just like that saying that plays on itself. It's like, I don't even know how to explain it. Let's get back in the video. I lost my train of thought.
is because it's Kendrick in his own words. Very seldomly and very rarely will Kendrick Lamar actually call him Tupac Shakur or call him Tupac. 9 times out of 10, when he is talking about the man Tupac Shakur, he will call him Pac. It's highlighted in the lyrics right here in the Heart Part 3. He literally says, when the whole world sees you as Pac reincarnated. That is the first sentence in the first verse on the Heart Part 3, which, if you've been following the Poetic Justice theory, it's very critical. It's a critical piece.
You see? Like, that's one thing I know about Kendrick, that he always call, every time he mentions in Tupac, he always say Pac. That's one thing I know. Sorry. I'm a hungry man. I gotta eat something. You know, I gotta eat something while I'm on my stream.
Of our theory. Kendrick, in his own words, throughout his entire career, not just early in his career, but throughout the entire body of work, in interviews such as this one, which came out right when Good Kid, Mad City dropped.
How much does Tupac influence you on this album? Because I know you're very influenced by him, period. But on this album, did you think of him in any way in his storytelling and the way he writes? Or
Definitely.
And I need to draw your attention to the way that the interviewer framed the question, which was calling him Tupac, and now Kendrick takes it on himself to answer the question.
Definitely. Storytelling was the whole niche of this album. I want to bring that back into the game. And what Pac showed me was really, not being scared to show,
Same thing with when he was doing his interview with MTV for the To Pimp a Butterfly release. You guys can take a look at this one really quick.
Me and Pac have the same sentiments, even though, we're totally far from age. And he said, I want you to have something. Sure enough, I took it back to the bus. I played it, and it's a full, long, unreleased joint of him just asking them questions. And what intrigued me the most, what gave me the idea, is that the answers that Pac is giving are answers for today, time and age, man. And I said, the world got to hear this, and they got to hear it on a major scale, and
it's almost like Kendrick, when he's talking about Tupac, he will have these moments where it's almost like he's known him for a really long time, like they're actually friends. And that's important to understanding. Again, understanding the Poetic Justice theory is understanding Kendrick's relationship to Tupac Shakur and his music. The other reason why I saw,
See, that makes sense. You gotta understand. Because I remember in one video he said, to understand Kendrick, you have to understand Pac. And once you finally understand Pac, then you can understand Kendrick. Which makes sense, because a lot of people do say that, not just Kendrick himself, a lot of people do say that Kendrick is the reincarnation of Pac, which is, could be true, not be true. I don't know, but he did a lot of things. He reunited the fucking streets that's over there multiple times. Like, he bring hip hop together. Like, I feel like every time that Kendrick Lamar drops something, he shakes the whole fucking hip hop industry. He shakes it up in a way that it will be impactful. I don't see anybody doing that. Maybe, the only thing I can say about Drake himself is that Drake changes the game. Keyword, changes the game. Changes the game. The reason why I say that Drake changes the game is because he opened up more doors and opportunities in ways that rappers, or not even just rappers, so other ways that people can make money in their art. That's the only thing I can say about Drake. But he's not as culturally impactful to hip hop. Kendrick is. Like, he shake waves. Like, you know, what I mean by impactful is that in ways that you can, it doesn't have to be like a number base when I say impactful. It's more of a, like, for example, I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna use this for an example. Kendrick's song, "We Go Be Alright." Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We go be alright. That song, all right. Now, the reason why I say that song was so fucking impactful is because during protests and all that stuff, people was playing it. During the George Floyd, during all those, like, you know, RP, all those people, during the Black Lives movement, all that stuff. So that's what I mean by impactful, impacting the culture. Like, no one told these people to be like, oh, play some Kendrick. Let's start a movement. No. It gravitated more towards the culture. So that's why they use these songs during that time. Nobody said, put on some Kendrick. Let's march. I mean, obviously they did, but it's just like, you know, but what I'm saying is, like, nobody is saying, hey, let's play some Drake while we march. Because he's not culture. He's not like us. He's not this. He's not that. Kendrick is.
Well, P.S., you know, Pac Shakur, like, people are saying that it's a reach, and saying that it's actually, you know, postscript. Again, Kendrick being a savant and just a wordsmith that he is, he understands the English language. He understands poetry. He understands, you know, punctuation and grammar. If it was P.S., it is not written out as P.S., which would be...
See, this is what I was talking about before. When you think about P.S., it's not written out as P.S. Formatting a single postscript, it's not P.S. Is pretty much an abbreviation for something.
P.S. And if you're following the postscript rules, every time you add another postscript, it would be PPS or PPPS. He doesn't follow that. And that's highlighted in the lyrics inside of Poetic Justice, where you...
Let's see, where is that? Yeah, it does not have that. I mean, the guy ain't reaching at this point. The guy ain't reaching. Because it's not postscript. It just says PS. And the lyrics in here, I mean, or maybe they published it wrong. I don't fucking know. But that has been up there for a long ass time. Because if it was an error, hear me right. If it was an error, a lot of people will be saying that, oh, there's an error in there. It's not supposed to be PS. It's supposed to be P.S. Kendrick Lamar would have caught on to that. His team would have caught on to that right away. But no, that's not an error. It's been, what, fucking shit, 11, 12 years?
Sincerely yours truly, and right before you go blind, P.S. That's why it leads me to believe that he is paying homage to Tupac Shakur, his idol, and getting Drake to diss himself on a song and getting that on wax forever. Okay, so now that that's handled, yes, I've seen the Screwface reactions. I hope Screwface comes back and reacts to different videos and reacts.
I don't think it's my camera or mine, but he bugging. Like his quality is bugging, which is fine. It's fine. But I just wanted to point that out.
Ones that you guys are pointing him to, but hey, if he doesn't, oh well, I move on with my life. The second thing I wanted to get to, now that I'm feeling better, I want to get caught up on housekeeping stuff. I see you guys in the comments section all the time saying, hey, can you guys look into X, Y, and Z? What is the connection with this verse? Is there something here? I want this video to kind of act as a catch-all for what you guys want to see us break down moving forward. So if you guys want, drop in the comments below what you guys want us to look into. If there's certain freestyles, if there's certain songs, either on the Drake side of things or the Kendrick Lamar side of things. It could be even TDE references. I've had people reach out and say, hey, can you look at this J-Rock song? Is there something here? Please feel free to drop comments below on what you guys wanted us to look into next, and we will get to it as soon as possible. The ones with the highest, I think the way me and Des were kind of talking about it was, the ones with the highest levels of engagement are the ones that we're going to look at first, and so on and so forth. So that's how we're going to handle that moving forward. What was the final thing? I got one more thing, don't I? Oh, yeah. Yeah, and what we have coming up next is we have, so hopefully by tomorrow I'll be able to upload and record and upload a video about Drake and his connections with Happy Dad. We've been doing a deep dive into that these last few days while I've been sick, as well as we have the Squabble Up theory on the way. So thank you for bearing with us. We appreciate it. Sorry, I've been sick for a few days. I had people in my DMs asking like, hey, are you...
All right. I got you. I get it, bro. I get it. So my whole thing with this whole thing, like this whole video, is that if this is true, if everything that he said and he got connected to is true, because like sometimes like with the whole like Kendrick wrote for Drake, and like he wrote 25 songs for him is true. If that part is true, like I did, like I literally sat there and watched like all three hours worth of his videos because I thought it was just super interesting, you know? I thought it was super interesting. And then it's like I went back to like Drake catalog and I was like thinking to myself like, wait, huh? And it's just like when you listen to a song with the lyrics in front of you and then like just coming off of this theory, it's just like, hold up. Like, go check out Headlines by Drake. And I was like in my head, I was just like, Drake didn't write this shit. Drake didn't write this at all. Because it seemed like Kendrick is talking throughout Drake and saying that because he talking about when he drop, he's gonna shake, he go do this, he go do that. And I'm just like, yo, he dropped shit right after Drake dropped Take Care. So his debut album. Well, some people say Section 80 was a mixtape. Some people say it was an EP or whatever like that. It's a fucking album. It's an album at this point. Like, how many fucking songs he got on that motherfucker? A lot. But a lot of people say, like, when he dropped his debut album, Good Kid, Mad City, it's like it did shook the world. So it's like, what I'm saying is, what y'all need to do is go back and watch some of, like, just listen to some of Drake's lyrics. And it's like, because what Anthony pointed out is that like it caught my ear, and it makes sense that, you know, to think that Drake didn't write his verse on Poetic Justice is that what is it? Is that Drake said something about take it to the motherland, and all that stuff. And I just thought about that, and I'm like, at first I'm like, man, Anthony tripping. I was like, man, he tripping. And then I literally listened to the song. With the lyrics right in front of me. And I was just looking at the lyrics like, shit, maybe Kendrick did write this bullshit. Because it's like, Anthony pointed out is that like, he asked a question. He was like, do you see Drake ever going to Africa, going to the motherland? And I was just like, I just sat back and I was just like, nah, I can't see him going there. And then he said a year later, like after like Good Kid, Mad City and stuff like that dropped, he said a year later, that's when Kendrick, he went to Africa. He went to the motherland. So I'm just like, So actions speak louder than words, my guys. Think about that. Take what you want with it. Take it with a grain of salt if you want. Think that it's cap. But I don't think it's, I mean, he has something there. And I don't think Anthony's gonna stop until he like, get some facts. Because if the industry did, try to cover this up, put NDAs on Kendrick and the whole TDE, it makes a lot of sense. And then one last thing is when I do go back and listen to Kendrick lyrics, I'll be like, holy shit. It makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense of like what he be saying. Well, and then it's like when you listen to some of J-Rock stuff, like if you listen to Wow, the Wow freestyle, and then you listen to when that song, it's kind of like J-Rock is plain and dandy right there that J-Rock is talking about Drake. and then Kendrick is on the Wild freestyle, and it's kind of like Kendrick he already predicted this. I think I posted a video somewhere on my YouTube, but he already predicted this. Like he had a line that he's saying that they not like us, and I was just like, this is crazy. But yeah, go back and listen to those songs. Tell me what y'all think and all that stuff. And bruh. Diabolical. It will be diabolical if this shit is real. Like, I just need somebody to come out and say it, that this shit is real. That's all I want to hear. And I'm pretty sure it's going to shut a lot of Drake fans up. It's going to break